Wow, look how good that tri-tip came out. Wow, you gotta check this out. Wow, it's so amazing. I'm gonna give you some great ways of tips on how to cook it. You wanna see how to cook it like this? You gotta stick around and watch this video. This is awesome. Hey, do you guys love some meat? Boy, we're gonna cook up some meat today. Look at this piece of meat I got here. We're gonna actually cook this baby up. Ooh-wee. It's a nice tri-tip, so I'm going to adjust this camera down and let's get busy and cook this thing. Oop. Alright, so I'm going to take this tri-tip and we're actually going to sous vide cook this thing. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually pad this down, get it nice and dry. Oh, look at that mice marbling. Very nice. Look at that. Wow. My camera's tilted crooked. Hold on a second. Alright. So look at that marbling though. Man, that's nice, huh? I love a good piece of tri-tip. Now I am going to leave this membrane on the back of it just because of that. When we sous vide it, this will render down. A lot of this will render down. And I think it'll actually be really nice in the sous vide cooker. Now I'm going to pad this down a little bit. I'm going to leave, like I said, I'm going to leave this fat on it. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on it, and then we're going to rub that in. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, the heck with it. I think I'm going to get some gloves and do that, so hold on a second. Let me go get my gloves. Alright, so we're going to rub a little bit of olive oil on this thing. Like I said, just going to rub it all over. This is going to be the basis for it to stick to. We're going to rub a little on the back side as well. There we go. All right. We're going to get that in good. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to actually take, and I'm going to actually use, this is from Drunken Chef, his barbecue. This is, we're going to use the jalapeno one. So this is the, and it says SPG, which stands for sugar, sugar. It's for salt, pepper, and garlic with some habanero seasoning inside of it. So it's salt, not sugar. Salt, pepper, and garlic with some habanero mix in there. So this will just give it a nice little bite, but it will actually add some nice flavoring to it. So we're going to get this out of the way, make sure you can see it good. And we're just going to sprinkle that all over it. Let me know if you're interested in doing this. I will put a link down there below for his, he's actually got a website where you can order this stuff from it. Put it a little bit on the sides. Flip it over, season the back side a little bit here. Now if you never sous vide cooked anything, really what sous vide is just, it means cooking under pressure. So you can do a lot of different things with it. There's sous vide cookers, and I use a water bath, and that's what we're going to use today, is we're going to use a water bath. Now I am going to take this and put it in a bag. Oh wow, habaneros. So we're going to put that in a bag. And this is a sous vide bag, so it's a silicone bag. I'm going to put this in here, then we're going to suck all the air out of it and vacuum seal it. Set this out of the way. Get this in here right the way we want it. Alright. I'm going to take that glove off, put that over there. So all we're going to do is we're going to seal this thing up, hopefully. The whole trick with this is getting it sealed nice and tight. And then I got this little vacuum thing here that I use for my for these as well. So we're gonna find out whether it's good. And it looks like it's sucking the air out of it. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, that worked nicely for a change. Usually I have a problem sealing the bag. So that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to take this. I'm actually going to let this sit for 24 hours with the seasoning on it, so it'll kind of let it absorb some of that seasoning and the flavor. And then we're going to put this in the water bath next, and we're going to let this cook for 6 hours in the water bath. So come on back in the next segment, and I will show you the water bath and how we're going to cook it. All right, so if you don't know, so we're going to sous vide cook the tri-tip. It's been in the, we seasoned it all up with a Drunken Chef's jalapeno, salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning. So that's what's in here in the pressure. This is the pressure vessel, the way they call it, the pressure. It's a thing filled with water. That's all it is. That's the sous vide cooker. This is actually the heating element that we will put in here, and we're going to heat it up and plug it in. I'm not sure the cord is long enough to run. Yeah, I guess it is. So we may have to move it a little bit. So those of you who don't know, instead of going out and buying a Nova $1,000 oven, which is really, really nice, but most of us can't afford it, you can buy one of these and you can use a pot instead of this. So this is about, I think, 80 bucks, 50, 60 bucks. You can get them on sale for like 50 bucks. This is an Instapot. So an Insta sous vide cooker. So, and it works pretty well. We've used it a number of times now. I'm still learning how to use it, still playing around with it, but enough of my talking, rattling. So basically all that you're going to do is you're going to take this, the tri-tip, we're going to put it in the water, and we're going to submerge it in the water. Keep that all out. That will push all the air out of, the rest of the air out of it. I'll try to get this in here in a good position so I can get the pot in here. I'm going to make sure it's all below surface too. And we're going to put this on here. And the cover really is just for if you're cooking it long term, because in an Instapot, I mean in the sous vide cooker, you can actually cook the meat for a long period of time, right? So this has a hole in it, so I'm going to put that in there. Like I said, you could use a pot and then just put it through the top. I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to move you up here so that you can actually see this maybe. Well, let me reposition the camera a little bit. All right, so on here, what it is you're going to have a power button. You're going to turn it on, and it's going to ask you for temperature. Now we're going to take this down to 130 degrees. So that's 130 degrees. I'm going to click it again, and then it's going to say time. And it starts off with 4 hours. We're going to increase that to 6 hours. So we're going to let this cook for 6 hours. Actually, I got 6 hours and 10 minutes, but so we're going to let that cook for 6 hours and 10 minutes. We're going to turn it on. And it's going to say it's at 87. The water's at 87 degrees right now. It's preheating. And once it gets to 130, the water gets to 130 degrees, the timer will start. And what it is it actually circulates the water around inside the bath. So it's just circulating the water around inside that bath. So you really can't see it. It's just very slowly moving around. I can kind of see it, but you probably can't see it on the camera. But so it's moving that water all around. So that's going to sit on there for 6 hours. So we're going to come back in 6 hours, and then we're going to sear the outside of it to make sure that it's seared nice and to hold all the juices inside of it. So there was some question whether I should sear before I put it in the sous vide or should I do it after. if you guys have done sous vide before and you have an opinion, let me know. So again, so I thought it was just it's a really, really cool way of cooking it. It's really, really simple. It, like I say, because it's all in that pressure, all the as all of the fats and everything render, it actually holds all that fat in it, and it really becomes nice and tender and juicy. Really, really nice. And I guess it'd be a lot like a pressure pot too, as well, like an Instapot or something like that, and a pressure cooker. You know, holds all that fat in there, so it gets nice and rendered and tastes really, really good and nice and juicy. So, all right, we'll come back here in about 6 hours, and we're going to show you. We're going to actually throw it on a Ninja Foodie grill for a few minutes on each side just to sear it, and then we're ready to eat. All right. All right, the sous vide is done, so we are going to unplug this thing. We're going to set it off to the side. Get the cover off of here. Throw that in the sink. All right. And that's what our tri-tip looks like. We're going to let that water cool off a little bit. Let me see if I can get a better angle for you. Okay, I'm going to take this out. We're going to throw this on the grill. I want to save the juices because I think we can use the juices for, maybe we'll make a little bit of a sauce, a gravy or something to dipping or pouring on. So maybe. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. I think you can see it better if I change the angle. All right. Now those are the nice juices that are left, so we're going to figure out how to use these, and we're going to use these in something. What's that sauce you put it in? We get all the time at Bandits. The
dipping sauce?
Yeah. So we're going to try to make some dipping sauce out of it. We'll see. We'll see what we're successful or not. So, but that's the way it came out. I think it looks really, really good. Let me get it in the camera. Looks really, really good. Now we are going to throw this on the grill. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to throw this in what do you call it? The oven, the little oven thing that we have, and it's got a sear feature on it, so that we're gonna broil it on one side, flip it over, and then broil it on the other side for about 5 minutes on each side. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna let this rest for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to get all the juices in it, and then we're gonna sear it so that we can have our Easter dinner. All right, so we've let this rest a few minutes. We're gonna throw this. This is that Ninja air fryer oven. We're gonna put it in that broil feature. Throw it in there. It's set on for 10 minutes on air broil. So we'll come back about 5 minutes, and we're gonna flip that, and then we'll do 5 minutes on the other side of it. And when it's done, we'll show you what it's gonna look like. All right, so here, just out of the air fryer, you hear that sizzle? I'm telling you, it's that's pretty nice looking. Oh. So, all right, so that's pretty nice looking though. I gotta admit, I think it's pretty good. Now we're gonna let this rest for about 5 minutes or so, and then we're gonna cut into it, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, see you in about 2 seconds. All right, we're gonna slice this bad boy up. I always have a problem figuring out the grain of the meat, so we're gonna slice it this way. Look at that. How nice and juicy that is. Man. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you on the plate here. Now I like mine medium, I would say medium, about there. Oop. So there it is. I made a big mess. So I'm going to throw this on the plate, so finish cutting it up there. And I'm going to wipe up this grease and this mess for the moment. I'll show you. So, sorry about that. So, there's what it looks like. I think it came out really nice. Again, I like mine still pink in the middle, kind of medium. Tell me, how do you tell the grain on when you come up with something like this? How do you tell where the grain is on the meat? Oh, look at that. Nice. I'm going to drip a little more on the counter. All right, that's going to be our part of it. You hear my that crackling sound in the back. My wife is cooking up some lumpia as we're doing this. Look at that. Does that look perfect or what? All right. I'm making quite a mess here, so. All right, let's take a little test to this here. I'm going to adjust the camera around. Oh man, look at that. Oh. I can't go over how good that comes out. Look at that meat. Look how nice and juicy that is. Wow. I know some people are going to say, oh, it's not done enough. Well, you know, I suppose I could have left it in there a little longer, or I could have turned the temperature up on the sous vide. So, all right, I'm going to adjust the camera around. Let's do a little taste test, and so we can eat our dinner. All right, let's take. Here's the little piece I'm going to do. Just do a little cut up, a little taste test. Big knife. Oh man, look how easy that cut. I don't know if you can see that or not, but man, that cut really. Mm. Mm. Really, really tender. Really, really tender. Yeah. Right there. I'm not sure you can see that whole thing when I cut it, but boy, that is really, really good. So. Here's a little bit of that, the red, the pink. Wow. That is like, that's money. So really, really good. So this is part one. And we have some pork belly that we cooked. That's going on the table as well. That's actually on the table already. We cooked that already. We just finished that up. My wife's cooking some lumpia, and then we're cooking some veggies to go with it. And that's going to be our Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself and you're having good times with family. You know, feel blessed. Hopefully you pass your blessing on to other folks. You know, if you want to see other great videos like this, make sure you go over there and check out this video over here, or click on this Alan's Awesome logo over here, and we will see you in the next video.